going over some TikToks of people trying to navigate their way through the job market, getting hired, trying to find new jobs, getting fired, all that good stuff.
I was just let go due to our company merged with another one, and then they would just workforce reduction and whatever the case may be. Here I am. The previous role, I had to fight unemployment. So when people would get fired or whatever the reason case may be, and then they go file for unemployment, they bring it in. And if the person, for whatever reasons, typically sometimes we don't fight it, then there would be times that we would have to go in and find all this information to give back to the state to see if this person should be allowed unemployment or not allowed unemployment. Morning of me being let go, I was talking to a coworker, and we were just talking about one of the unemployment cases of just that had come in about the person and just what was going on with it. And in my head, I thought, I wonder what it is like to actually apply for unemployment. And now I know. An interesting process, and it
Have fun. Yep, I did it too when I got my letter. Oh, hey, you're not going to have a job on September 30th. That'll be your last day. Go ahead and apply for unemployment, and those checks are way smaller.
took a hot minute, but it'll be okay. And yeah, I just thought it was just interesting to go from one end of the spectrum to the other. So
it's very humbling. It's very humbling to experience that and to come out of that. I'm still struggling with it right now. Still trying to get back to what I was earning back when I was laid off 5 years ago. I'm not there. So 5 years later, and I'm still feeling it.
there's that.
I mentioned last week that I had an interview with Amazon. The experience was very interesting, and I pretty much told myself that I should not be expecting any other recruiters to reach out to me. I was wrong. I got reached out by another recruiter yesterday for a screening for a role. What I wanted to tell you is that it really does help to maintain the connections that you've made with previous coworkers. You never know when you're going to need to reach out to someone.
Big time. Most jobs are found through that method. You knowing somebody. You got to know somebody. You got to have worked with a guy that knew a guy. He knew someone. Somebody knows you from somewhere, and they can vouch for you. That's how you get the job. You don't get the job by applying. I don't think that's a thing anymore.
Whether it's getting a referral or whether it's just to connect about what they're doing at their new job. That's basically what happened in my situation. I was still in contact with someone who was in the same role that I was in at my previous employer. She is now at a different company, and she reached out to me last week and was like, hey, if you're still looking, if you haven't found anything that you're interested in, there is a role at my work.
Huge. And you take that and you go and you be very thankful, dude. And you never know. That could turn into something really nice. You never know. Take it, do what you can with it, move on. At least you got something. At least somebody said something and got you. And that's what you need.
And you stay curious.
Hey y'all, hey, and this is just to recap what I was saying in my earlier video. If you are actively searching for a job in this job market and you are of a minority like myself, how y'all feel? You let me know how you feel, because right now I'm feeling like this is definitely part of Trump's administration.
That's weird. That's weird. I'm not a minority yet. I haven't gotten a job in 4 years. Every single job I apply to, I get denied for immediately. There's always somebody else they're looking for. I'm not the right one. I'm not the right candidate. They always have some excuse. I don't get any jobs. So, I don't know. What the hell's up with that, Trump? How come I'm not just getting all these jobs then?
They're
explain
doing
that.
Because of the fact there's no way that I have been looking for a job since after Valentine's Day.
That's it? Since Valentine's Day? Sister, I've been looking for a job since 2021. 4 years. You're talking about Valentine's Day?
I have gone on several interviews. Baby, I have been told oh, you've set the bar really high, right? And y'all still don't call me back.
Sucks, doesn't it? Yeah, there's the American dream for you. Sounds like me and you have the same experience. Weird. That's weird, isn't it?
And then when I go back to look at the job posting and who you hired over me, it's a lady that looked like this. And I'm not to say that the lady who looked like this is not qualified for the position, but for you to tell me as an interviewer or the...
How dumb do you have to be to think it's really about that? You know? Look, I don't get jobs because I suck at the interview. I'm not good at it. There's somebody else better. You know, it's not always about what color you are. Listen, there's a lot of white people experiencing these
for summer jobs in 2025, and this is why. They are down 22%, and it's not just the economy. It's the little alien we all love to hate, AI. But AI is not taking your job. It's actually creating a lot more jobs. Data analysts, prompt writers, AI assistants. You don't need a degree to know AI. You just need the right tools. Thoroughly get to know our friend, ChatGPT. Learn maybe Power BI, Canva AI.
The AI is going to take away way more jobs than it will create. It will take away 100 jobs and then create one AI job. It will take away tons of jobs and then create a few more of these, which is the problem. You're almost right. It's just not going to replicate as easy. That's a whole separate problem. You're going to have to get productive. It's going to be hard to survive now because of how productive AI is going to make everything. But it's not going to be a one-to-one. The jobs aren't going to go away and then AI bring the one-to-one jobs back. No, they're just going to go away.
Is also another tool. Even one small project learning these tools could get you noticed. The jobs are not gone. They're just changing.
A lot of them are gone.
Guys, it is brutal out there. Do not quit your day jobs in June. I don't care what's going on, how rough it is, how stressful that job is for you. Unless you have something lined up, do not bounce. Right here, I'm going to post them on the screen. Here are a list of companies, major companies that have announced for June that they intend on doing layoffs. It is not going to get any better anytime soon. I understand you may hate your job, but unless it is a mentally damaging position where it is so toxic that you are just going to harm yourself,
don't quit. Start doing DoorDash. And you know what? Take your DoorDashing gig that you're doing and create content with it and put it online. Start working at scale somehow. That's what I'm trying to do here. This is just another one of my gig jobs. But this is going to be tough, and do not quit, unless you got something lined up and it's solid. Not just a word of mouth, not just we might hire you, but you're basically working there. That's when you quit your other job, when you're day one at the other job.
I was showing you my final interview outfit and was really excited because I was really felt like I had it. Didn't hear from the company in 2 days. Then she called me today, and I could just tell in her voice it was not good. But she said that they were going to hire me. I got the job, but the company put a hiring freeze yesterday. So she can't hire me. And she doesn't know how long.
I've heard this. I had that shit too. You get all the way, you do the interviews, you get to the end. Oh man, looks so great. This is a great fit. And then they say a hiring freeze. I've had this happen to me. And they say it's a hiring freeze. What in the hell were you doing interviews for? Now you're in a hiring freeze. And then they say, and that's what they'll say too. We'll get back to you when the hiring freeze is over. No, they won't. They're not getting back to you. Never. I don't think they ever plan to. Hiring freeze. Give me a fucking break.
It's going to be. So I don't have a job. And that sucks a lot.
And these people, they'll say, sorry, we do all these interviews and make you jump through all these hoops and all these hurdles. And then say, there's a hiring freeze. And, they just go home and then come back to work the next day. But you gotta sit there with the emotional stress of a job dangling in front of you. A job that, you could have provided food for your kids or something. You could have done something with that. But, hiring freeze, sorry, maybe next time. Whatever. It's terrible. I hate it. I hate the hiring freeze thing. Don't be interviewing and pretending this whole shit and tell me hiring freeze. That's so disingenuous. It's rude. It's rude. And on that note, I'm going to go deliver my pizzas. my other gigs. I got to get to work. So, yeah, job market, very difficult. Good luck out there.